Hi guys, Vern here and I'm back with another video. So this video is about cost of living in Singapore. And I remember I did the same video when we were still back in Hong Kong and I love that video. Before we start, let me just briefly give you an idea about my family background. So we are a family of three, which includes my husband, myself, and my 9-year-old son who is currently attending school and moving up to grade 5 in primary level. We moved from Hong Kong to Singapore back in 2021 for my husband's work opportunity, and he is currently employed full-time here and holding an e-pass, and for myself and my son we are holding dependent pass. And yeah, so I have a list here of the topics that I will be going through with you. So there. And just a friendly reminder that the facts that I will be sharing with you is purely based on our family, personal experience. So your experience might be different from ours. All right, guys. So let me just talk to you quickly about school. So school was not part of my list on my SG cost of living because we actually didn't put my son to any school in Singapore. We actually considered that. However, the time that we moved here, it's a bit tricky, and at the same time, it worked well with us because prior to coming here, we already enrolled him. Actually, we started the application and eventually enrolled him in school in the Philippines, which was doing an online distant learning at the time. Just continued doing that. His schooling is actually in the Philippines, so that's why I didn't put a number to my cost of living here because we're just not spending the school fees here in Singapore. So I think that one of the most important thing for you to consider in finding a home or place to live is the accessibility to places such as especially if you're raising a kid like myself, you have to consider finding accessibility to schools and kid friendly environment or community for your little ones or your child. So there. All right, so first important thing on my list is the housing. All right, so you have choices where to live here depending on the area and which building you are going to live in. So you have the choice from HDB to condominium, service apartment, landed houses, and maybe some people live in hotels. And for our family, we decided to choose to live in condominium. It's a two-bedroom apartment with shared bathroom. And when we moved here, the building just newly opened. So we are the first occupant in the unit. And as for the facility, they have an amazing facility here. We have, I think, 3 to 4 swimming pools. We have a gymnasium, yoga room. We also have a balcony here in the unit. It's an amazing place to live. And as for the rental, the range is from 3,000 to 3,800 for the same unit that we are living in. I think that the rental fee just skyrocketed because of the market situation. Next on my list is the utility, which covers the electric and the water. So for our family, it ranges about 150 to 200. So that's just a rough estimate depending on your usage, really. So there. And then we also have the internet plan. So for the internet plan, it's about $50 per month. And for the mobile plan, we have two numbers, my husband and me. We are paying $70. Here we also have the transportation allowance. So for the transportation, we don't really go out much, and if we have to, we will normally just places nearby our home just to get some quick snack or quick food, or just wander around when we get bored, and it's pretty close. And if we have to go to downtown or farther, we will take the Grab or MRT. So for the transportation, I allot here 150 to 200 per month. All right, so let's move on with the grocery. So the grocery, that will really depends on your family's needs, right? So for us, we normally spend $500 per week. That will already cover some foods, essentials, and whatnot. So that's how we spend in a family of three. So for your case, that will be maybe less or higher. So it really depends. But for our household, it's a rough estimate. It can actually go higher sometimes, really depends. So next is the leisure. So for our leisure activity, for my family, we will do touristy stuff. So when you do touristy stuff, it will be costly. So just to let you know, I don't have the numbers for that because it really depends on what you are planning to do on that specific day. For the attractions, I think that you can visit the online platform just to give you an idea. So I also have here on the list the medical and dental. My husband's company is generous enough to take care of that for us, and that's one of the benefit that he enjoys in his company. All right, and the next, tax. So for the tax, if you have savings, I think it's good because you can just pay it off in one go. Otherwise, they have different plans for you to choose from and see there what works for you best. And it's good, right? And then for the last on my list is the wants. So wants is basically things that you want to splurge on. Like for me, I love to go shopping, but I realize that shopping here is pretty expensive. And if I have to, sometimes I will buy skincare or makeup, and that will be costly as well. But sometimes I have no choice but to do that. Yeah, so those are the things on my list, and I don't have the number for that because that will entirely be based on what product you are buying. And for my husband, he's a tech guy, so he will be splurging on technology stuff. And for our son, we allot some budget for his toys. All right, so that's all you have it for me, guys, today. And thank you guys for watching and sitting down here with me, spending your time. We all have different experiences and a situation in life, and this is just something that I wanted to share with you. And I hope that you find this interesting and helpful. And if you have any recommendations, suggestions, or feedback, just let me know. Thank you and have a wonderful life. Bye.